Morning, Eva. I'm sorry I look so bad, but anyway, I had to do a video lesson on this one. This is a short lesson actually, but I had to kind of show you how to do the assignments. I want to make sure that you do it right. So yesterday we read the play, and that was fun. And so today we're going to do the extension activity 2, which is a timeline activity. So in your student exercises book, you're going to need this, and you're going to be on page 2. Now, remember, this is your book, so you can write in it if you want to. In fact, I would use this for the rough draft, and then I would do the final copy to turn into me, because this is going to be worth 20 points, this activity. 10 points are going to be if you follow directions perfectly. 5 will be content, in other words, what you add to your timeline. And then 5 is going to be, can I read it? Is it legible? So I wanted to show you what we're going to do, but look at the bottom on page 2. Look at the bottom where it says, or you could make. Okay? This is where we're going to do ours. Or you could make a timeline of your life. The upper part, the first activity, was just making an activity, a timeline for explorers during around the time of Columbus. But I'm not teaching you history. I'm not sure what you're doing for history. So I wanted to do something else that would kind of go along with what we're doing. So you're going to make a timeline of your life. Now, you're only going to have not that many years to go by. You're going to have, according to what they give you here, the instructions, you're only going to have about 12 years. So if I were you, I would do just the timeline of your life. It says in here that you can start with your parents and work your way down, but if you do that, then I don't know how long your parents were married before you were born, but you might not. If you did that, you may not be able to put yourself on the timeline. So this timeline is going to be your timeline. So I'm going to kind of read it, and then I'm going to bring my camera down. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it so you can follow the directions and make those 10 points, okay? All right, it says, on the 6.5-inch line below, so on your page, it says that's a 6.5-inch line. You're going to need a ruler today, okay, with inches. So make sure you have that, and probably a pencil. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide this line into 1/4-inch marks. Now remember, each inch is made up of 4 quarters, just like $1 is made up of 4 quarters. Okay, I know I'm not teaching you math, but this is kind of with the assignment. So you're gonna divide each line is going to be a 1/4 line, and then it says, for yourself, start with your birth year. So yours will be whatever year you were born. It says if you're including family members like your parents, you'll need to choose an earlier starting date. But I would not suggest that. I would start the year you were born. Each 1/4-inch represents 6 months. And each 1/2-inch, so in other words, every other line, represents a new year. So if you wish, use this as a rough draft, make a final draft on larger paper with pictures. You can add pictures to it if you'd like to. Okay, so let me bring my thing down here, my camera, and I'm sorry it's going to shake, but I'm going to try to do my best. All right, so here's my timeline. Okay, I kind of messed up right up here, but here's what I did. I drew on a piece of paper, because I didn't want to write in my book. I drew, there we go. I drew a line that was 6.5 inches long. Okay, see? I drew my line to 6.5. I know it's blurry, and I'm sorry. Let me fix the... well, I guess I can't. There we go. That might be better if I hold it up out here a little bit. I'm sorry it's shaking. Okay, so anyway, I drew my 6.5-inch line because it tells us in the book it's just 6.5 inches. Okay, then, if you'll notice right here, there's an inch. Now you see each one of these marks is a 1/4 inch, because remember there's 4 in each one. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Okay, now I started mine in 1971. I didn't add very much to my timeline. I want you to have more on yours though. Okay, because, well, for one, I had to do mine in a hurry, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to show you how to do it. So what I did was, now, this is 1971, because my husband was born in 1971, but he was born in October. So he was born in the latter part of 1971. So that's why I put him here, because remember, this is the first, each one is 6 months. So he was born in October of 1971. So I put 1971, my husband was born. And if I had a picture, so I could put a picture up there. Now, then this would be 1972, 1972. This is the first part of 72, the second part. Okay, so this whole thing right here makes up 1972. This then would be 1973. I was born in October of 1973. So this line is the first. Let me get my pen. So this is the first mark for 1973. But since I was born in October, I'm on the second one, because I was born in the second part of 1973. That's where I was born. So this would be 74, 74, okay, 75, 75, okay. And there were things that happened during the, there was the, well, sometime in 1973, they made abortion legal. Sometime during this time was the Vietnam War. I know it was around this time. I don't know exactly what times. And I know there were other things that happened. And here I put 1978. That's the year I started kindergarten. So it would have been the early part, or the late part of 1978. And then 1983 is when mine ended. And that's when we moved from Farmersville to Terrell. That's when I started a new school. So anyway, that's kind of how my timeline went. Like I said, yours will be better because you're going to have more to it. You can put anything in there. Anything that happened, anything in the news, major that happened. Donald Trump was elected, or, whatever. My baby nephew or niece was born. We got a new dog, whatever. Just put your date. Make sure you put your dates. Make sure it's 6.5 inches long. And make sure each one of these is a 1/4 inch. Okay, use your ruler. All right, if you can't remember, go back and watch the first part of this video. Okay, so I'm going to put my camera back up here on my ugly face. All right, so I think that's it. So when you get done with this, make sure it's a good final copy. Like I said, you can add pictures to it. You can use different colors. It doesn't matter as long as you follow instructions exactly like I showed you. And also, let's see, I think it was content. Yes, follow directions. Content. Make sure you put things on there that matter. Your birth, the year you were born. Maybe when you moved. Maybe when you met someone important. Maybe when your dog had a birthday or whatever. Just put, and you don't have to have something on every single one. Don't think you have to have something on every single line. You can skip around. I'd like for you to have maybe 8 to 10 items. You can put something on every time, but you don't have to. But 8 to 10 items on your whole timeline would be great. And make sure you say what it is. It doesn't have to be a complete sentence. And then you can also add pictures and stuff too, okay? And it has to be legible. I have to be able to read it, okay? When you're done, go ahead and turn that in. Now, it's not due till tomorrow. But, so you can work on it today and tomorrow, all right? If you have any questions, let me know. And that is all for this week.